Full screen. Put it on full screen. That's full screen. Where is this coming from?
लक्ष्मी सिंह भगवान की और so Hare Krishna everybody. So we welcome you all for our last Sunday of the month program. So we are very grateful to Rigesh Prabhu, Reshma Mataji, Meghna and Naman for allowing us to come to their house and host, basically celebrate this occasion. So we are planning to do Pushpa Abhishek of Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai. So somehow because of some logistics issues, it will move to the after the class. So first we will have Srimad Bhagavatam class. So today's Bhagavatam class will be by His Grace Soumya Raghunath Prabhu.
Haribol!
I don't think Soumya will need any introduction. So all of you know Prabhu is a very humble, very soft and wonderful devotee, and with a lot of good qualities which always inspire all of us. So we will welcome him by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
So after this Bhagavatam class, we will have Pushpa Abhishek, Arati, and then we'll have Prasad. So sorry for the delay, little bit logistics issues. So hopefully we'll still finish program on time.
The clap is for finishing the program. The class is for finishing the program on time.
Hare Krishna.
In the Prabhu.
Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Mai ki Jai. I think without further delay, we'll start the session. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
So we'll chant the Mangacharan together. Om
Mirandasya Jnananjanashragaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Tadamanyam Dadami Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagaranatam Vitam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Radhe
Keep saying that.
Vrishabhanustute Devi Pranamami Hariye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha
Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna. So today we'll see a verse from Bhagavatam, which is in first canto, first chapter, 15th shloka. So if everybody in their mobile, they can open the shloka. So we'll just recite once, and then we'll look into the translation and the purport.
Can you repeat the two? 5 point?
1.1.15 Yatpadashamshaya suta munaya prashamayah satya punanta uparshita swadhunna pun nusevaya. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. O Suta, those great sages who have completely taken shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord can at once sanctify those who come in touch with them, whereas the waters of Ganges can sanctify only after prolonged use. Purport. Pure devotees of the Lord are more powerful than the water of the sacred river Ganges. One can derive spiritual benefit out of prolonged use of Ganges water, but one can be sanctified at once by the mercy of a pure devotee of the Lord. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said that any person, regardless of the birth, a Shudra, woman, or merchant, can take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, and by doing so, one can return to Godhead. To take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord means to take shelter of pure devotees. The pure devotees, whose only business is serving, as honored by the names Prabhupada and Vishnupad, which indicates such devotees by the representative of the lotus feet of the Lord. Anyone, therefore, who takes shelter of the lotus feet of a pure devotee by accepting the pure devotee as a spiritual master can be at once purified. Such devotees of the Lord are honored equally with the Lord because they are engaged in the most confidential service of the Lord, for they deliver out of the material world the fallen souls whom the Lord wants to return home back to Godhead. Such pure devotees are better known as wise lords according to revealed scriptures. The sincere disciple of the pure devotee considers the spiritual master equal to the Lord, but always considers himself to be a humble servant of the Lord. This is the pure devotion. Hare Krishna. So welcome all for this Sunday morning program. So we especially thank Yogesh Prabhu and their family. And I seek all the blessings of the assembled devotees here. Though not qualified to speak on a subject matter of Srimad Bhagavatam, but just to purify myself and do service to Srimad Bhagavatam itself. Because when we read Srimad Bhagavatam with a lot of attention, because normally when we have to read, we just read very leisurely. But when it required that no, you have to speak something on the topic, then it requires a lot of attention when we read. So that actually has a lot of advantage for the reader himself, right? Because he's reading, analyzing things so meticulously, because he has to speak on that. So that helps a lot in purifying oneself. So just to purify myself and just to as a service like which senior devotees are given and by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj and all devotees. So we would discuss something on this topic. So basically I chose this verse where Shaunika Rishis, no, this is very starting of Srimad Bhagavatam. So there is this end of time of Dwapar Yuga and Kali Yuga is just going to start. No, it is just the mix where it is just going to end and Kali Yuga is going to start soon. So there were so many sages headed by Shaunika Rishi and they were doing a lot of sacrifice, yajna. And it is mentioned that when Sutta Goswami sees them, they are all covered in black because of the smoke. And they have been doing not for day, 2 day, week. They were doing for thousands of years. And why they were doing? They were doing for Loka Kalyana. Because they could foresee that no, that Kali Yuga is going to come. And they know the people in Kali Yuga are dull-headed, lazy, always disturbed, not interested in spiritual upliftment, no, always engaged in no Indra Trupti, no sense gratification. So they could foresee all those things about Kali Yuga people, and they wanted to do something for the Kali Yuga people. So they were performing the sacrifice. But once they saw Suta Goswami entering, that's when Shaunika Rishi he recites this verse. He says, "Oh great sage, no, by your association, we can get purified immediately, or any person can become purified immediately. But if one has to purify using some other ways, like for example, here the process of purifying oneself by taking bath in Ganges is being compared. So everybody knows, like if you take bath in a holy river, any river like Ganges, Kaveri, Krishna, Godavari, so one gets purified. But that is very small intensity. The one compared, it is very low volume. No, that's why here it is mentioned that continuous, prolonged use of bathing in Ganges, it will help one to get purified. But rather than that, the quicker process is to associate with the devotee. So once we associate with the devotees, then we can get purified a lot quicker and probably faster, right? So today we'll speak about importance of association of devotees, right? So that is a topic I wanted to talk about, which is very important actually. And without association of devotees, there is nothing in one's spiritual life actually, right? So we'll systematically talk, try to discuss like what are the importance, how it helps, and what are the negative repercussions also if you don't associate with the devotees also. Right? So this association, what is the word for association? Sun, right? So, what is the famous verse from Bhagavad Gita in second chapter where Krishna is talking about like how a person falls down in the material world? Yes, Madhu? Right. 2.62 exactly. There are two famous verses, right? Krishna explains like how one falls into the material world. Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsa. Right? So that is a famous verse. So we'll just touch upon it. It says, Dhyayato Vishayan Pumsa Sangaste Shupajayate Sangat Sanjayate Kama Krodha Bijayate Krodha Bhavati Sammoha Sammoha Smriti Brahma Smriti Bhamsha Buddhinasho Buddhinasha Pranashyati. So Krishna is telling very detailedly how because of the association of sense objects, right? We develop desire to enjoy them, right? And once that desire is not getting fulfilled, what happens? Krodha comes. We get anger because there is some desire I want to fulfill, it is not being satisfied. Then there is a lot of anger in mind, right? And because of anger, what happens? There is a loss of memory, right? So, for example, kids are there. No, they are telling that no, I want this, I want this. And when they don't get, they get angry. But they are not able to recollect that no, how much my mother is serving me. No, she is taking care of me daily nicely. So that memory is lost during that moment, and they get angry. Right. So that's how the loss of memory happens. Because you can appreciate only when you recall from your memory, right? So there is a person, he hurts you, but if you can recollect, like how many times he has helped you, then you will not be angry. But if that for a moment, if you are not able to recollect, if you are not going to go in your memory, past memory, then immediately you feel angry, right? So from anger, what happens? Usually this loss of memory happens, and then delusion happens, and then the person falls, right? So this is one part of association, right? So where we are associating with all the sense objects, right? And then how that's how we are in this material world, prolonged life, right? So there have been so many lifetimes that we have taken in this material world because of this process, which is explained in these two verses. So always thinking about sense objects. I want to enjoy this, I want to go there, I want to do this. And then we are attached to that and we are always working towards fulfilling that desire, right? Isn't it? So now, association of devotees, how it helps. So maybe I'll tell a short story and then we'll discuss. So this is a story between a housefly and a honeybee, right? So housefly and honeybee both are so different, right? So housefly, sorry, a honeybee you can find near the flowers, trees, right? Where you can find housefly? Dirt, right? Garbage. So such a different personalities, right? But somehow they came together, they had a love marriage. So ultimately, housefly has to live with, sorry, honeybee has to live with housefly, right? So honeybee went to housefly's house. She could see this stinking dirt. Then it tells housefly, how can you live in such a dirty place? Housefly says, oh, dirt is so good. It is so nice. Oh, you see the smell, it is so nice. No, we get to smell different things. Somebody has thrown pizza smell comes. Or some trash, that smell comes. So there are different aromas we can expect. No, we can feel here. So then being a love marriage, now they have to compromise and stay together, right? We all know. You all have experience, right? So honeybee stayed with housefly. Then one day had come, very important day, no? 14th February. Diwali, what is that? Valentine's Day. No? So that day, housefly had to hear whatever honeybee says, right? So that day honeybee told, no, today you come with me, I'll take you, right? Then housefly says, okay, one day somehow I have to sustain today. So whatever she tells, let me do because I cannot, no, uh, have a fight on this day. So then it says, okay, you take me wherever you want to take. Then the honeybee takes to the flower garden, a very beautiful garden. Then it says, see, such a beautiful place. Then it says, what is it? Only one story building. There I have multi-story building. No, everybody keeps on dumping. Every day the stories also it get increases. Then it says, oh, you don't feel anything. Then it takes to one flower, rose flower, to smell it. It smells. Did you feel anything? What is it? Nothing. That same smell what I used to have at my home, same smell. Honeybee was shocked. How he can get the same that stinking smell here in the rose? Then it says, okay, again. He takes to another flower. Smell it. Smells. Same flower. Then honeybee starts thinking, what's wrong? No, there is so much of aroma coming, and this guy, he's relishing that same stinking smell in the rose also. How is it possible? Then it observes that he has put some dirt in his nose. Then we figured out, okay, this is the problem. So then he takes to the nearby pond and it says, you take bath here. Now you come and now take the smell. Then it smells house flies. Then actually it becomes unconscious. Because in the life of housefly, it has never smelled such a aromatic rose, no flower. Then honeybee, she wakes. Get up, what happened? Now only you're fallen. And it says, now you drink this nectar. Now it sucks the nectar and it puts in the mouth of a housefly. Oh, this is so tasty, this is so wonderful. I missed it all my life. Right? So then after that they lived happily in the garden. So this is the same story about us actually. No, we are the housefly and the devotees are the honeybee, right? So we have been living in this material world, trying to enjoy same dirt, no? And we felt always happy with the same dirt wherever we were there. But finally, when a devotee comes, then they take us to the right path. They take us to the right place. They take us to temple and they say, no, you take darshan of Lord. So beautiful, no, so beautiful. And like now you eat prasadam. Oh, ultimate, darshan and prasadam. And then they want to be in the same association. No, they don't want to go back actually. Right? So unless and until we have association of devotee, no, our story becomes like a housefly. No, we are forever living happily in the dirt, right? But when we associate with the devotees, no, they guide us what is right in our life, no, what is actually good for us, and how we can be happy forever, right? Otherwise, we are trying to formulate different ways to be happy, but we have observed with our own experience, but that we are not happy actually, right? So when there's a college student, he thinks अरे यार हर बार पापा से पैसे पूछना पड़ता है एक बार नौकरी लगने दो फिर मैं गाड़ी लाऊंगा ब्रांडेड कपड़े पहनूंगा दोस्तों के साथ घूमने जाऊंगा गोवा ट्रिप जाऊंगा so every time I have to ask my father he doesn't give permission he just gives 100 rupees what comes in 100 rupees today one water bottle comes no so he's tired like that then he thinks okay let me get a job so once he gets job what happens he's locked in office manager tells you have to come 6 in the morning, go night at 11 o'clock. And he's frustrated. What life is this? No, I am not getting a moment to breathe also. Forget about going to restaurant, going to other places. I'm not able to breathe only. And then slowly, somehow he gets money. He tries to enjoy with whatever he can. Then he thinks, okay, I need a partner. Then he marries. Then the life goes on. We have all experienced, enough experience, right? Everybody has enough experience. So, like that, our material life has been going on until a point where we have met devotee. So, in Shastras also, in Bhagavatam itself, there is a verse which actually denotes how rare it is to get a devotees association. So, this is from 11.2.29. So, the shlokas goes like Durlabho manusho deho dehinam shanam bhangura tatrapi durlabham manye vaikunta priyadarshanam. So the verse says, so this verse is spoken by King Nimi to Navayogendra, right? So he is telling, Durlabho Manusho Deho. It is very difficult or it is very rare to get a Manusha Deha, no body of a human being. And Dehina Shanam Bhangura. And we don't know, within Shana, it is even lost also. It is got very rarely, but it is destroyed very quickly also. Right? It is Bhangura. Shana Bhangura. Now, Shana in Sanskrit means 1/11th of a second. Not even a second, 1/11th of a second. And then Tatrapi Durlabham Manye Vaikunta Priya. And more Durlabham is to get darshanam of devotees. Right? So to get a Manushya Janma itself is very rare. And on top of that, within this human form of life, meeting a devotee is very, very rare. So that's why we should always know, realize the importance of devotees association. Theoretically we know, we have read, but realizing, realization means when you have realized something, right? For example, small kids, they don't realize to give respects to elderly people, right? But once they realize, so that time what happens? We have to tell, chalo dadaji hai, paunch ho, or do namaskar, or you bring water for them. No, we have to tell them. But once they realize, what happens whenever some elderly person comes, they touch their feet, they'll make sure that they are seated. Immediately go inside, get a glass of water. That means they have realized that. They need not be told. ऐसे नहीं है कि जिसको बोलना पड़ रहा है उसको पता नहीं है. That person also know, that kid also know, but he has not realized it. So we have to keep on telling you do this, do this. So even though we are having so much of association of devotees, but how much we have realized, whenever we are within a group of devotees, we have to see that at most utilization of the time, how much we are utilizing. We are simply chit chatting or doing some other work, and then we are leaving. जैसे मंदिर आए, दर्शन करें, प्रसाद लिए, सबसे बात कर लिए, प्रभु कहाँ काम करते हैं, कितना पैकेज है, कौन से वर्ल्ड टूर में जा रहे हो, अच्छा स्विट्जरलैंड जा रहे हो, अरे पिछले साल हम जाके आए, वो कुछ ज्यादा खास मजा नहीं, हम कहीं और जाएंगे, बात करके चले गए, है ना? So that means a person has not realized the importance of devotees association, right? So even Srila Prabhupada, so what are the 4 things he has given for bhakti? There's an acronym, right? So what is that? ABC. Right? So what is that?
Association.
Association of devotees, books, chanting, diet or devotion. Right? So Prabhupada also has given association of devotees. Without association of devotees, there is nothing which is going to happen. You will keep someone in one temple itself. Temple में आपको छोड़ देंगे. भगवान भी है, प्रसाद भी है, डीटीज भी है, सब कुछ है. भागवतम में भगवद गीता सब कुछ है. Lectures भी है. क्या करोगे आप? What you can do? You cannot realize, no? You can only know the theory knowledge. And theory knowledge also to a certain extent you can read and understand, but after a certain point of time, only when you be with the devotees association, work with them together, there are some realizations which you get, which no amount of bookish knowledge can actually gain for us, right? So that's why it is very, very important. Prabhupada says, association of devotees is very, very important. And even Bhaktivedanta Sindhu also, Rupa Goswami, he gives the path, how one person can achieve prema, right? One is Shraddha, and then after that, Sadhu Sangha, then Bhajan Kriya. Like that, he gives Anartha Nivritti, and then last, Bhava and Prema. And what is the first thing? He gives Sadhu Sangha. Right? So there is a lot of importance for Sadhu Sangha. So similar doubt had come to Narad Muni once. He asked Lord, what is so special about association of devotees? And Lord says, okay, you see there on the earthly planet, there's one worm. You ask this question to that worm, it will answer you. Narad Muni, he goes and he asks that worm. And immediately once he asks the question, like what is the importance of devotee, it dies. And he is astonished. I have asked one simple question and then he comes to the Lord and says, Lord, I went and asked. No, but it actually gave up its life actually. The Lord says, okay. Now you see there is a cow in that courtyard. Go and ask the cow. I really got afraid. Now the cow dies, then I'll become a goat. Lord says, no problem. You go and ask. Then he asks same questions to cow. What is the importance of devotees association? Then the cow also gives its body And Narad Muni is really, he is little sorrowful. Then he comes to Lord and says, see, I want to know answer to this question, but in this process, so many people are killed. No, they are getting died. Then Krishna says, okay, last. There's one small baby in that courtyard, in that. You go and ask that small one. He says, Krishna, I cannot do this now. Oh, but Lord, he says, no, no, you go, you go. Then he asks that small baby, what is the importance of association of devotee? Then the baby says that 2 years, no, 2 births back, I was a worm in the stool. Once I got your association, I became a cow. And after getting your association, I got a human form. Alright? So Narad Muni got answer to his question. Right? So we realize that now, even if you look at the Bhagavatam, right? Shaunika and Adi Rishis, all the group of Rishis, they were doing yajna for so many thousands of years, thinking that they are doing something for the Loka Kalyana. But once they met Suta Goswami, the devotee, then they realized, no, what was the right thing to do? That they have to hear the Bhagavatam. Right? But in the association of devotee only they were able to realize. Right? Even if you look at Parikshit Maharaj, no, he was about to die. No, there was a court order, 7 days death. After 7 days you will die. So he didn't know what to do. So he was asking everyone what to do, what to do. I have only 7 days. No, if we had 7 days, what will we do? If someone says you have 7 days, do whatever you want, we'll facilitate. What will do? Day 1, Disney, अभी देखा नहीं, सुना Disneyland जाएंगे. Then some Hollywood studio. Then somewhere, some, then we'll have our food items also. बिरयानी चाहिए इधर का, फिर स्विट्जरलैंड से ये चाहिए चॉकलेट, और फिर इटाली से हमको पिज्जा लाना है. Now all these desires will be there. 7 days we are going to die, so let us enjoy whatever we want to enjoy, right? But Parikshit Maharaj, so he asked everyone, no, I have only 7 days, what should I do? Then finally, he met Sukadev Goswami, right? And we all know, in the presence of all the other sages and all famous personalities, he heard Bhagavatam for all the 7 days and nights, okay, without stop. So that how he was able to do, only because of observation of devotee. Unless and until he was also confused what to do, what not to do. Right? So again, if you look at the history of Dhruv Maharaj, he didn't know what to do. He was so angry, he just went to forest. Then he met Narad Muni. Then he asked Narad Muni, no, I want to meet Lord. Then he said, okay, you chant this mantra. What is that mantra? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Right? Then he chanted Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya continuously. Then finally he got the darshan of Supreme. Right? Before associating with Narad Muni, he didn't have any clue what to do. But he had a desire to see and have darshan of Lord. But he didn't know how to access God. But once he met Narad Muni, he was able to know. Right? Then what more we have? Examples from Bhagavatam. Then we have negative example also. Bharat Maharaj. Now Bharat Maharaj, he thought that he was a self-realized soul. And what he did, he was a king. He left his kingdom along with his kids and wife. He was probably in his 20s or he was very young actually. Then he came to the forest, and in the forest he didn't have any association of devotees. Then what happened? One day he saw a small deer. So there was a big deer. It was running because a tiger was chasing that big deer, and the deer happened to be pregnant. So just to escape, it just jumped over a stream, and during that time, a baby fell down. And then Bharat Maharaj, he saw that sight, this deer is being changed by a tiger, and she has given a birth to a small deer in that process. Then Bharat Maharaj, he thinks, okay, there is no one to take care. I'll take care of this deer. Then what happens? Then instead of doing devotion service, he was doing service to the deer, right? So this actual experience, I was telling my wife 2-3 days back. No, before Madhav was there, I don't know how I was living my life. No, with Madhav, I'm so much engaged every time. No, Madhav ये खा लो, Madhav नहा लो, Madhav ये पहन लो, Madhav चलो बाहर चलते हैं, दूध लाते हैं, Madhav चलो मंदिर चलते हैं. So it is always behind the kid. Now we can just imagine how much of attachment Bharat Maharaj would have had with the deer. That is a deer animal. It doesn't have any anything to say also that I want this and all. During that time, क्या होता है? ज़्यादा देखना पड़ता है. So when the baby is 3-4 months and it cannot speak out, we take more attention, right? क्या हो गया? अरे ऐसे पलट गया, क्या हो गया? हाथ हाथ मुड़ तो नहीं गया, चलो ठीक करते हैं. हाँ, अगर पेट में दर्द हो रहा है, पाँव में दर्द हो रहा है, पाँव में तेल लगाओ, पेट में तेल लगाओ, समझ में नहीं आता. Right? So we have to take extra cautious. So Bharat Maharaj, he was so extra cautious that he left his devotional service actually. He was always looking. When he is in his meditation, he's thinking, where the deer is? Oh, it is not in the sight. Then he's looking. He's going to the forest and seeing, where is the small deer? No? So he's so much worried that, okay, some other animal will come and attack. So in that process, he lost. He lost the time to do devotional service. Then what happened when he gave up his life? He was thinking, when he was giving up his life, he was thinking, oh, if I'm not there now, who will take care of that deer? क्या हुआ? अगला जन्म deer का ही मिला. सही में? No, he got a form of a deer. But because he has done a lot of tapasya and a lot of devotion to the Lord, he was able to recollect his past life. So what happened when he took the form of a deer in the next life? He just stayed near the hermitage of some sages. So वहां जाके रहना शुरू किया. चलो भक्त लोग हैं. They're doing some tapasya towards God. So he was always there near those people. So then when he gave up this body, then he got another body, Jada Bharat. And then he perfected and all. That's another story. But how much life time he has wasted? Having developed attachment to the deer, he had to take a birth of a deer, then again take another birth, and then perfect his life. Otherwise, parallel life he could have perfected his life, right? So that's why moving away from association of devotees can have this negative effect. We may think that okay, क्या करना है? chanting तो करना है, घर में बैठ के chanting करेंगे. भगवत गीता पढ़ना है, घर में बैठ के भगवत गीता पढ़ेंगे. प्रसाद खाना है, घर में बना के खाएंगे. तो भक्तों का संग क्यों लेना? We may feel, but in this process, we will not realize what we should have realized actually. Right? We all have enough experience where we can at least recognize the fact that by associating with devotees, we have matured a lot. Right? So to whatever extent, we may not have matured to the 100%. सबकी बात नहीं कर सकता, मेरी तो बात कर सकता हूँ मैं. But at least 2 years or 1 year back, हम कहाँ थे? Where we were? We were a better person today. Doing good devotional service, having better understanding of life, having better understanding of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Right? So it can only happen by the association of devotees only. So same Bhagavatam, it says, what one should do in the Sangha of devotees. So there is a shloka from Bhagavatam 3.2525. It says, in the association of pure devotees, discussion of the pastimes and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very pleasing and satisfying to the ear and the heart. By cultivating such knowledge, one gradually becomes advanced on the path of liberation. And thereafter he is freed and his attraction becomes fixed. Then real devotional service begins. Yes, ma'am.
He should have taken care of the deer, might be he could have died if he not be taking care of the deer. But he should not be that much attached to the deer, or how we should be looking
Yeah,
at
so how we should look at that story is because obviously we are all having a very soft heart. So obviously, if there is an animal, then we want to see that it is taken care, right? To some extent, right? So if you look around, so for example, I am working. I have a wife, 2 kids, parents. So उनका पालन पोषण करने के लिए मुझे काम करना पड़ता है, right? And that is the same case with everyone, right? Because we have to live, give some food, shelter, clothing. So we are doing so much of hard work. 12 साल पढ़ाई करना स्कूल में, 4 साल इंजीनियरिंग करना, फिर 2 साल क्या बोलते हैं MBA करना या तो फिर MS जाके करना. Why everybody is doing that? To maintain their life. That is the basic. But if you look around, for example, you take example of a elephant family, husband wife है, दोनों 50-50 किलो तो खाते होंगे, है ना? बच्चे हैं 10-10 किलो भी खाते हैं. वो कितना हो गया? 120 किलो का खाना खाते हैं. They eat 120 kgs of food. क्या डिग्री का है? उन्होंने MBA किया? नहीं किया. कुछ भी नहीं किया ना, कहीं जाके नौकरी भी नहीं करते. So that means they're all maintained by the Lord. We should not feel, अरे nobody is there to look after, let me look after them. ऐसे सोचोगे तो 800 करोड़ की आबादी है, उन सबका ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा. You cannot take care. No? You cannot intervene in everyone's life. So whatever extent you can contribute, you can contribute. Abhi you see so many people who are like not so well off. You cannot just go to their house, see okay क्या कर रहे हो, क्या चल रहा है, ये नहीं है, चलो ये देते हैं. तो एक हफ्ते बाद फिर से जाते. You cannot keep on doing that forever, right? You can do only that momentary what you can do, right? So similarly, वो moment पे what Bharat Maharaj could do, he could have done, and he would just gone back to his devotional lifestyle, you know, instead of always thinking. We don't do that, right? आप सोचते हो कि हाथी के बारे में नहीं सोचते हो ना, लेकिन हाथी है ना जंगल में, खा रहा है वो भी, उसके भी बच्चे हैं, उसके भी बीवी है. So we should understand, we should have faith that Lord is maintaining everything. Only when you think you don't have faith that Lord can maintain everyone, then only you start thinking, okay, how I can maintain them. इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि you tell your wife, okay, God will maintain you, I will not do anything. It doesn't mean that. Okay. We have to take care to whatever extent we can and whatever dharma we have. So if you are getting married, if you are having children, if you have parents, so there is a dharma as a daughter, as a wife, as a mother that we have to fulfill as per the Shastras. The Shastras doesn't say that you go to forest, you take care of them. So that is not advised. Right? So that's how we have to take care. Does it answer me? Okay, so Prabhu gave me 10:45 is the last. So I'll tell another story and I'll end it. Okay. So now this is a story about a king and a kingdom. So this kingdom had a very special, unique feature that any king, they can be king only for 1 year. And after 1 year, what happens is they just take them in a boat and leave them in one other side of the river where it is full of wild animals. What happens to that person? Nobody knows. So everybody, they choose or someone comes voluntarily, I don't know. So एक साल मतलब first year there is a king. So he's a king, so he'll enjoy. No, he'll ask everyone to serve. Domino's को pizza लाओ, वहाँ से ये लाओ, मेरे को ये करो, वो करो. Full enjoyment. Then what happens? Slowly the time passes, right? Then he enjoys starting maybe some 6 months, 8 months, and all. Then last 3-4 months, what happens? Everybody starts sleeping. Time आ रहा है, 4 महीने हो रहे हैं. He is very sad. After 4 months, they have to leave. Then again, similarly, no, 1 महीना है, 1 हफ्ता है, 1 दिन है. So he is like in all times. And then finally, what happens? They take him on the boat, they leave him. After that, nobody knows what happens because that person has never been seen. So everybody understands that okay, कहीं चला गया होगा या तो फिर कुछ ना कुछ हो गया होगा. Then another king comes, another king. So like that, it goes on in that kingdom, right? Then there is one king, no, who becomes a king. Then for him also same story. Then 4 months comes, 3 months comes, everybody's saying, time is up, time हो गया. It's some slogan, right? मेरा टाइम आएगा ऐसे कुछ. So everybody is telling, आपका टाइम आएगा या तुम्हारा टाइम आएगा. So now they are sarcastically. But this king is not tensed. No, okay, आएगा, देखा जाएगा. Oh, we'll see what happens. Then 1 month, 1 हफ्ता, 1 दिन. He's still happy. Everybody shocked. No, we have seen, no, all the kings, they are so, no, so depressed. They have to take pills to sleep in the night. They're not able to sleep. They're not able to eat. They're not able to do anything. They're so scared of that days that they have to go away. But this king is so happy. Then they put him on the boat last day. Then he sails to the other side of the bank. What happens? There he sees there are people waiting with garland. The people waiting with the garland. Then he comes out of the boat, they garland him, they take him to a palace there. Everybody is shocked. How can this happen? So all the other kings during that 1 year, what they were doing? They were simply enjoying. But what this king was doing, he was preparing for his next journey. Right? What he did during all this 1 year, he made sure that all the wild animals are chased from that land. So he gave all the plots to all the people around. told him that you take this, you develop, you live here, do whatever you want. Then he built an army, he built a palace there. So now he was king forever. All those things were only for 1 year. But now, because he utilized that time in that 1 year, he was able to be king forever. Right? So similarly, when God has given this precious human form of life, if we are able to utilize instead of simply enjoying, then we can be happy forever. Right? Otherwise, we become like the older kings. Times we can क्या करना है, कुछ नहीं करना. But if you just work for the next life, you are around there. You can see, right, the difference between other non-devotees and devotees also. If there is some big thing also, okay, what is that? We'll accept this and we'll go forward. But other people, if something happens which they are not desiring or out of plan, okay, they'll become depressed. But devotees, they're happy because they're preparing, and if some challenges come also, they're okay. They know where the challenges come and they move forward happily, right? So that's why we have to become that like that last king. Prepare nicely and then become king for heaven. Okay? Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. If anybody is having questions, Prabhupada Prabhu is telling he is willing to answer. Any questions? Prabhupada Prabhu, you want to take this question? So Prabhu is asking, Shastra says that we have to be attached to the cow. So how it is different from developing attachment to other animals to cow? So we saw in the Bharat Maharaj example that we should not get attached to the animals. So Prabhu says that no, Shastra says that we have to get attached to cow. So how it is different?
So, Hare Krishna Prabhu. So, the point which is mentioned, either it is our own family members or any other animal or cows or anything. So, it's when we are in this material world, it's natural to have, kindness or compassionate to all the other living things. And cow is specifically is given because cow is dear to the Lord. Cow is dear to the Lord Krishna. That's why it is given. But still, the point here which Swami Prabhu was making when Ishna Mataji asked the question was that how it can be. The point is we should not think that we are the taker care of this whatever cow or any other animal or other, including our own family members. The point is that Lord is there. Lord will take care of everybody. So why we are being told to attach to cow, because it reminds us of Krishna. Because when we serve cow, when we take care of cow, in the body of cow, all demigods will reside. It is mentioned in the scriptures. So we are serving Krishna, we are remembering Krishna. With that mood, if we do, it's fine. There are a lot of organizations who run Gaushalas also, but they don't. I'm not sure. I'm not a right person to comment, but at many places they are not doing with that mood that they are serving the Lord. They are thinking that these animals, if I don't take care, then nothing will happen to them. Nobody will be there to take care. With that mood, if we do, we'll end up being attached to them. But when we do with the mood that we are serving Krishna, we are serving because cow is and cow and calf are very dear to Lord Krishna. If I'm serving Krishna, I'm serving cow, I'm serving Krishna. Same way when Prabhu was also making the point where whenever we are serving devotees, we are serving Krishna because devotees reminds us of Krishna. So with that mood, if we will do, we'll be always in the Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, anything in this material world will cause us attachment. So, and even taking care of family, our mood should be that, okay, Krishna has given me that responsibility of bringing them to Krishna consciousness. So I'll try my best to bring them to Krishna consciousness as close as much as possible. So that's what should be the mood, and then it will not cause the attachment. Otherwise, this cow or any other animal or even family members, anything will cause attachment. I hope that answers your question, Prabhu.
Any PhD level questions? Probably. 1 to 5th class, I think. Any questions? You're all good? So we have learned today that importance of devotee association. So whenever we gather and whenever someone says that you have an opportunity to have a devotees association, we have to give utmost importance. We should not say that no, I am making plan to Switzerland trip. I have to go and meet that tour wala, so I cannot come today to temple. So we have to be focused. That anything is there, it is all secondary, supporting your life. If we give up devotees association, then all those secondary things, if they're primary also, they're not much use to our life. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we had a wonderful session by His Grace Swami Raghunath Prabhu, giving us the importance of association of devotees. So Prabhupada has created this ISKCON movement. He created some 7 principles on which it has been created. And Prabhupada gives the first one is to provide a platform where the people can come together and associate with devotees. So that's the whole idea of doing these kind of satsanga, these kind of programs where we can take the associations of devotees. So many a times and on our own when we try to endeavor that we will and we get demotivated. We have so many responsibilities, we have family, we have a job, we have society responsibilities, friends, so we feel very demotivated. But when we come in association like this, and when we see there are so many people who are wonderfully, with the limitations of their whatever family, responsibilities, work, health, so many things, but still they are serving the Lord, they are getting closer to the Lord. So that gives us the motivation. And that was a point which Swami Raghunath Prabhu was trying to make. So thank you so much for Prabhu for wonderful examples, wonderful stories and analogies to make us understand the importance of association of devotees. So we'll chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, thanking Prabhu for his wonderful endeavor for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada and giving us the importance of association. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. So I hope you all have understood the value of association. So we'll see you every Sunday in the temple, seeing you taking the advantage of association of devotees. So now we will have Abhishekam. Flowers are ready, bro. Petals are ready. Is ready. Okay. So who will do the kirtan? Nilanta, you can lead the kirtan. Come. So during the Abhishekam, we'll have kirtan. And after that, we have one or two couple of announcements which I will do in the time when the flowers are getting clear. And then after that, we will have Arati. Yes, yes.
Krishna
Sorry to interrupt the meeting. So we will, all the devotees can come one by one and they can offer the flowers to the Lord. So we'll be having somebody standing with the water. You can wipe your hands and then you can come and keep going, keep moving like this. Sorry, Mataji, continue.
Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Swami Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra, Jai Baladeva, Jai Subhadra. Jagannath Swami Nayana Pathagami, Nayana Pathagami Bhavatume. Jagannath Swami Nayana Pathagami, Nayana Pathagami Bhavatume. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Requesting all the devotees to pay obeisance.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Krishna, requesting devotees to pay obeisance from behind. Not at the front, requesting devotees to pay from behind. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, so sorry to interrupt you in your wonderful ecstatic dance and kirtan. So I'll take 2 minutes. See, what we have to do is we have to clean place with Marti. So I just thought I will utilize some announcement. Hare Krishna, some announcement. So as you all know that this is a gathering of Radha Govindji circle. So for those I see some of the new faces. So you may not know that what is Radha Govindji circle is one of the preaching groups in temple where we are coming together for the purpose of spreading the holy name. So there are many groups within the preaching groups which are called as circles within our temple. So Radha Govindji is one of the preaching group like that. So all of you had wonderfully participated in various events which has happened recently, couple of months, and it was book distribution. So we have done a wonderful book distribution in the month of December. As you all know that Prabhupada wanted his books to be distributed, and so that more people can read Bhagavad Gita and spread the message of Lord Krishna and Srimad Bhagavatam Chaitanya Charitamrita. So in this wonderful month of book distribution, which always happens in the month of December and it ends at 15 January, all the devotees from Radha Govindji circle had wonderfully participated, and there were many occasions where devotees went out to various temples and different places, and where they distributed the books. So we are very grateful to all the devotees for taking this wonderful endeavor and distributing Srila Prabhupada books. And this is one activity which is very, very dear to Srila Prabhupada. So I'm sure that all of you who have put the endeavor to spread this holy name by distributing the books have pleased Srila Prabhupada. So a big Haribol to all the devotees of Radha Govindji circle for putting this wonderful endeavor. So I'll just read out that. So within this our circle we have 5 sectors. So which are the 5 further groups which are for the convenience of preaching activities. So we have it as a circle. We have distributed 1,760 books all books to all the devotees, and specifically sector servants for taking the initiative and inspiring others. So I'll just read out the score for each sector. So Sanatan Goswami sector, headed by Mahaprem Prabhu, had distributed 153 books. Gopal Bhatt Goswami sector, headed by Shankpani Prabhu. I don't see anybody from that side. Okay. They have distributed 189 books. Jeev Goswami sector, headed by Jeev Goswami sector, headed by Rajshekhar Prabhu, have distributed 345 books. And this includes the scores of Brigesh Prabhu and my scores also. So, Roop Goswami sector has distributed, which is headed by Achyut Prabhu. He has distributed 532 books. And Raghunath Das Goswami sector, which is headed by Soumya Raghunath Prabhu, has distributed highest book, 543. So this is a wonderful endeavor, and lot of, I think, many of you, and specifically in Raghunath Das sector, and specifically Neelam Mataji has sent so many books to all over India. 4 years, and so it is a lot of endeavor it is required, and there were in that sector there are a lot of devotees who are online, so they took the books and the books were sent from here to that. So a lot of effort has gone into that. So all the wonderful devotees who have distributed participated in this wonderful book distribution for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada. We are deeply express our gratitude to all of you. Thank you so much. And another endeavor which was going on within our temple for some time was that our temple president, His Grace, Vardakishan Prabhu, has asked us to chant Narsimha mantra, Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu, Jalantam Sarvatumam. There was a request to chant this mantra to save ISKCON from because all across the world, there are many places where ISKCON is facing challenges by atheists and various different groups. They are creating troubles. So there was a worldwide event which was organized for requesting all the practicing devotees of ISKCON to recite this Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu. So there was, we as a circle, Radha Govindji circle, we also, inspired devotees, all the devotees, practicing devotees, to recite this mantra. And so this was specifically taken care by sector servants to inspire their respective members in their respective groups. So we have, as a circle, we recited the Narsimha mantra rounds, 8,346 rounds. So which leads to 9 lakh 1,368 numbers. So round 108 times. So 8,346 into 108, which comes down to 9 lakh 1,368. So it's very inspiring to see. And I know, see, sometimes what happens is instructions come from the top, and we feel okay, chalo theek hai, 2-4 din kar lete hain. Then after that, anyway, there is who is there. And apne ko bhi motivate to get that motivation also is not very easy. But here, all the respective leaders of our circle, they took the initiative of inspiring their respective members. It was tracked, so it basically helped all of us to remain motivated. Because sometimes when the things are tracked, it's not a competition, or it's not like a material competition where we want to put other person down. Here what we do is and at temple level this happened at the various circles, and within circle what we do is among various sectors we just try to look at each other. Oh, that group is doing, so I'll also do. So it inspires us, and these things are for, although I know it is being the instruction from the temple that this is for the protection of all all across the temples in ISKCON. But actually speaking, this chanting, reciting this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, reciting Narsimha mantra, it helps us to purify ourselves. So it is a wonderful endeavor, and there is instruction. It was supposed to get over on Nityan Triyodashim, it was 22nd Feb, but His Grace Radha Krishna Prabhu has requested us to continue. So I would request all the devotees to continue, reciting of this Narsimha mantra, and who are not doing, please take endeavor to recite this. This is Ugram Veeram Mahavishnu Jalantam Sarvatumukam Narsimha Bhishana mantra into 108. So you can take a vow of 1 round every day. So that will, that will follow up at our at our circle level. We'll try to find the count. So I just read the scores sector wise. So Gopal Bhatt Goswami sector headed by Shankupani Prabhu did 696 rounds. Sanatan Goswami sector headed by Mahaprem Prabhu did 920 rounds. Rup Goswami sector headed by our Achyut Prabhu did 995 rounds. Jeev Goswami sector headed by Rajshekhar Prabhu did 1,256 rounds. Raghunath Das Goswami sector headed by Soumya Raghunath Prabhu did 4,400. So today is Soumya Prabhu's day. He is taking class, he is both the book distribution and this thing. So all glories to all the devotees of this sector and all the sectors and all the Radha Govindji circle, as well as all the temple devotees who are inspiring each other. That's why I always say, sometimes my devotees who are coming in my programs, they get bored with the same statement when I say, come on Sunday to temple. But what happens is when we see, these things, when we see other devotees are doing, we are not doing. So in a spiritually it inspires us to take inspiration from other devotees. So, as Prabhu told, that please take the inspiration of coming into the temple on Sundays and your respective programs on Saturdays or whatever weekdays it's happening. So, please take this wonderful opportunity which is Krishna has given us by the mercy is coming to us. So, let's hope we do more and more recitation of Hare Krishna Mahamantra and Narasimha Mantra. Thank you so much. Shri Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra. So we will now offer Aarti to the Lord for the pleasure of Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra. So we will decide, we will sing Jagannath Ashtakam. So all of you can open in your phone, you just write Jagannath Ashtakam lyrics in your respective languages and you will be getting these lyrics and you can follow whatever level you can follow. Those who knows you can follow, others can listen. So Neelam Mataji singing Jagannath Ashtakam.
Bye. महावणी राम स्फुरत मला कंके रमुहा सर्वपापविशुद्धात्मा विष्णुलोकं स गच्छति सर्वपापविशुद्धात्मा विष्णुलोकं स गच्छति जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन वदनामि भवतु मे जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन वदनामि भवतु मे
And what is the after?